This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we will be starting our next topic, goods receipt. Okay, goods receipt. Okay, so in the goods receipt part one, we will be discussing the topics that we are going to discuss. They are, we will see what is goods receipt. We will see what is goods receipt. Okay, then we will understand what are movement types and the rules. Okay, we will see procedure for the initial entry of stock balance in the SAP system, goods receipt with or without purchase order and production order, free of charge delivery, good receipt into unrestricted, quality inspection and blocked stock, special aspects of receiving goods in GR blocked stock, okay, automatic generation of purchase orders at the time of goods receipt. So these are the topics we will be discussing in the good receipt part one. Okay. Okay, so these are the topics we will be discussing in the good receipt part one. So what is goods receipt? A goods receipt is a goods movement in which the receipt of goods from both an external vendor or from production is posted. Okay, so basically goods receipt is basically you receive the stock. You receive the stock basically in the goods receipt. Okay, so basically goods receipt is a goods movement. Goods receipt is a goods movement in which the receipt of goods from both an external vendor or from a production is posted. So here you are receiving the stock. A goods receipt leads to an increase of warehouse stock. So whenever you do goods receipt, stock will get increased. Okay. So with the goods receipt, you post the physical inward movement of goods from an external vendor. External vendor, that means you are receiving the stock from an external supplier or from production. When the production complete the production activity, you receive the stock, and then you complete a goods movement which leads to an increase in the warehouse stock. That is what the goods receipt. So there are again two types of goods receipt. Goods receipt without reference. Without reference means without referring to any document like purchase order, production order. Whereas good receipt with reference means you are posting the goods receipt using a purchase order or a production order or something. So there are two types of goods receipt. We will understand those things when we see the practicals in the system. Okay. So before going to the goods receipt, you need to understand the movement types. Okay, what is movement type? When you enter a goods movement, you must indicate a movement type to differentiate between the various goods movement. So whenever you do a goods movement, you need to enter a movement type. Without movement type, you cannot do the goods movement. Whether it can be a GR, goods receipt, goods issue, stock transfer, transfer posting, whatever the goods movement you do, you have to mandatorily indicate a movement type. Without movement type, you cannot do the goods movement. The movement type is a 3-character key used to differentiate between goods movements. So movement type is basically a 3-digit field, 3-digit key. I will show you this in the system. Okay. Examples of such goods movement types are good receipt for purchase order. The movement type is 101. Okay. And goods issue for cost center, it is 201. 201. Okay. And release from quality inspection stock, there's a movement type is 321. 321. Okay, 321. So these are the movement types, different movement types. I have just given you some examples here. Okay, so every movement type will be identified with a 3-digit unique key. 3-digit unique key. Okay, 3-digit unique key. So movement type controls quantity and value updating. Quantity and value updating. Quantity and value updating. Okay, movement type basically controls. Okay, quantity and value updating. It influences the account determination. It basically whether quantity has to be increased or value has to be increased or decreased, that will be controlled by movement type. Okay, it influences the account determination. Okay, which accounts has to be selected, what postings have to be posted. It will influence the field selection. So if you use different movement type, Data has to be entered in different fields. This we will see when we go to the practicals, and it influences the message determination. Some messages also it will influence. So basically, movement type will control all these things. All these things. Okay. Okay. It will control all these things. So now we will start with good receipt without reference. That means good receipt, you are doing receiving the material without referring to any documents like purchase order or production order. So it is the movement types are like this: initial entry of stock balances 561, 563, 565. Sometimes you receive without without purchase order, movement type is 501. Free of charge delivery, movement type is 511. Without production order, in the production they do this. Okay, and good receipt of products, this is also done in PP. Okay, and returns from customer, this is done in SD. Okay, anyhow we will understand our MM related goods movements. MM related goods movements you will understand. That means without referring to any document. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, hello. Yeah, so basically here we will be doing, good receipt without any reference, to any document. This is basically called as other goods receipt. Other goods receipt. Okay, other goods receipt. So let's do this. So first one is initial entry of stock balances. So initial entry of stock balances means you must carry out an initial entry of stock balances when you implement the SAP system in order to record the starting physical warehouse stock figures or transfer the book inventories from legacy system. So whenever you implement SAP for the first time, the stocks which are in your warehouse, those has to be loaded in SAP. Okay, so during that time you will use this initial entry of stock balances. You have a company, in your company you are implementing SAP for the first time. So first time whatever the stocks are there in your organization, those has to be loaded into the SAP system. That time they will use this function. So here no physical material movement occurs during this process. Whatever the stock is there, just you are now loading for the first time in the system. Okay, your company may be having some legacy system, some other system. So from the legacy system, you download all the material stocks, you will load it into SAP. So this is a one-time activity. Okay, again the initial entry of stock balances can take place by posting to three stock types. Okay, either you can post directly to unrestricted use stock, movement type is 561, stock into quality inspection, movement type is 563, and blocked stock 565. You can do that also. Okay, so here the quantity recorded is posted to the selected stock type, and it increases the total valuated stock of the material. So first time when you load the stocks in the SAP, that time they will use this function. Normally they will load through 561 movement. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, in the system. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let me go to this material. Just give me 1 minute. I'll make some changes. Every time we have to enter that just 1 minute. Huh? Okay. Okay, now let us take this material and remove the stocks. Just give me 1 minute. I'll remove the stocks of this all the material. Just one. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just trying to remove the 100, 100, 200, 100, 100, right? 100, 100. I'm just trying to remove the stocks as of now to say make the situation fresh. 200, 100, 100. Okay, let me enter the batch numbers. 1142, 1142, 1152, 1152. Next one is 1153. Next one is 1154. Next one is 1154. Go back, all entered. I'm just posting it. Done. All stock removed. Situation is fresh. Okay, this is a material we have. Okay, now let's say you are implementing SAP for the first time. You are implementing it. We have a material. This material we have. Now I need to load the stock for this material. Okay, I need to load the stock for this particular material. First time. Okay, already whatever the stock is present in the plant, we have to load that into the stock. Initial stock entry, which is called initial stock entry. Okay, I'll do one more some changes. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, I will remove this. Okay, I will post save this. I will go to the PAR also. MA12. Okay. So now let's do the initial entry. So during the initial entry of stock posting, you will use the movement type 561. Okay, so let's do through Miko. Okay, so we are doing the good receipt purchase order. If there is no purchase order, we are loading for the first time. Now here you use other. Option is other. Good receipt other. We are here. We are here. Good receipt other. Okay, so I am doing the initial entry of stock balances 561 moment. The moment type is 561. So you go here, now you select the moment type. Moment type 561. 561. Here you see 561. Receipt per initial entry of stock balances into unrestricted use 561. Enter. Okay. Now enter your material. Enter your material. What was the material? This is the material. Enter the material. Let's say I have to post, let's say 200 liter of stock is there in my company and I want to load it into this storage location. Okay, enter the plant and enter the storage location. Okay, so I'm posting the stock for the first time in my company during the implementation. So this is how they do. They use the moment type 561. Okay, now check once. It will create a batch. Okay, done. Now you post it. 561 moment. Here there is no PO, nothing is there. So document is posted. So now if you go to the stock overview, if you refresh the screen, you got a stock of 200. This is how they do during the SAP implementation. So when the SAP is implemented, first time when you load all the stocks of the material, they will use this moment type 561. Of course, for loading into unrestricted, we used 561. If you want to load it into quality inspection, here if you want to load into quality inspection stock, you will use 563 moment. If you want to load it into blocked stock, if you want to load it into blocked stock, you will be using 565 moment time. That is how you load. This is one type of good receipt without reference, without referring to any purchase order or production order. Okay, so that is the initial entry of stock balances. Now the next one is good receipt without purchase order or production orders. Sometimes your supplier give you supplies the material. He says that I am supplying the materials without any purchase order. Without any purchase order. Okay, so that time you go for this one, good receipt without purchase order or production order. Okay, so here the moment type you will be using is 501. 501 for unrestricted use stock. Okay, and for stock into quality inspection you will use 503, and stock posting into blocked stock it is 505. So that's what you will be posting it. Okay, so now let's post it. Let's do that. Again go back, we go select goods receipt, again other only, okay. Now here, now you select the moment type as 501. 501. 501. Good receipt without purchase order into unrestricted use stock. So select that 501 moment type. Enter. Now you have to enter the material again. This is the material, right? 510. This is the material. Now let's say I am receiving 200 liter, or let's say 100 liter. Plant 1000. Storage location. Here 000. So done. Everything entered. Check. Okay, it will create a batch. Done. Now post it. So this is how you do 501 moment without purchase order. But why it is not asked vendor? You should ask the vendor, right? No. Let's do it again. Why it is not asked vendor? Just 1 minute. Huh? It should ask the vendor. Even though there is no PO, it should ask the vendor. Okay, if you go to detailed data, here you will enter the partner. Here you will enter the vendor number. Okay, PO is not there, but you should enter the vendor number. This is a vendor from I am receiving this material. Okay, now check. Now check. Now post it. Post it. So we are receiving the material without a purchase order. That is that. That is the one. So this is how you do the posting. The movement type is normally used is 501. 501. Okay. Now the next one is delivery free of charge. Delivery free of charge. So okay, here the meaning is sometimes your vendor supplies the material, some samples free, without free. He will not charge anything to you. Okay. If you receive a free of charge delivery from a vendor without a PO having been issued beforehand, you post the free of delivery as an other goods receipt. In the standard system, you specify a text and vendor for each item. Okay, so the movement type used here is 511. The movement type used is here is 511. So when you do this delivery free of charge, if the material is valuated with MVP, the stock is updated on a quantity basis only and not on a value basis. That means as this is a free delivery, free of charge, is not going to charge us anything. Okay, so value will not get updated for the material. Only quantity will get updated. That means there will not be any accounting document here. Here system will generate only material document. If you do the delivery free of charge, the movement type will be 511. So when you do this 511 movement type, system will ask you to enter some text and vendor number. So let's do the delivery free of charge. Okay, so let's go back. Again I'm doing Migo. Okay, again select goods receipt, good receipt, other, and the movement type now you have to select 511. 511. Okay, receipt of delivery without charge. This is the movement type. Okay, enter. Okay, now enter the, you can enter the text details here in the item details also directly. Enter the material. Okay, you enter the quantity. Let's say I'm receiving 150 without charge. Okay, now if you check, when I click on the button check, see what system is saying. You enter the text, you enter the vendor. Why? Because this is controlled through this movement type. Movement type 511. That is what we discussed. Movement types control. If you go here, we discussed movement types influences the field selection. Your movement type will influence the field selection. Which field you have to enter the data. That is also controlled by movement type. So as we are using 511 movement type, system is making mandatorily asking you to enter the text and vendor. So let's enter the vendor. Where you go first, let me enter the plant and the location, storage location. Let me enter that. Let me enter the vendor. Vendor I entered. Okay, now it is asking you to enter the text, right? Text you will enter. No, here the text. Okay, the text you have to enter. Vendor free samples supplied in year 2018. Like this you have to enter some text. Okay, now again when you check, now it's okay. Of course it is creating a batch, that's okay. Continue, done. Now you post it. So this is how you do the free of delivery charge. Now when you do this free of delivery 511 movement, only material document will get created. Okay, suppose if you take this material document, it will update only quantity, not the value. So suppose if I go to display material document, this is our material document. Go inside. Okay, we have the material document. If you go to document info, FI documents, it is creating accounting document also. It should not create actually. Somebody made some changes, I think it's in the system, but actually it should not create any accounting document. There will not be any change in the value actually. Okay, so that is the 511 movement type. 511 movement. Okay, but that is a, what do you call, delivery free of charge. Interviews, they will ask all these questions. For initial entry of stock balance, what is the movement type? You have to tell 561. For delivery free of charge, what is the movement type? 511. Okay, receiving the material without purchase order, what is the movement type? 501. So those things you have to tell. You have to remember at least minimum, at least important movement types you have to remember. So that is a delivery free of charge. Okay, now we will move on to good receipt with reference. So this is a planned good receipt. So in the previous cases, we posted the movements without any document. Now here good receipt with reference means you do good receipt with reference to a particular document like purchase order, production order, or some reservations. You will do that. Okay, so like this, a good receipt with reference is always a planned good receipt. That means you already have a reference document here. To pre-plan a receipt means entering a certain key information pertinent to the receipt prior to the actual GR posting. So already you will have a reference document like purchase order, what material you are going to purchase, what is the delivery date, what is the quantity, from where, which vendor, and to where, what is the plant and what is the storage location. So all this information will be already available in your reference document. So that reference document can be a production order or a purchase order. Okay, so now let's do that. This is the one. This we discussed already so many times. You create a PO, PO for a vendor, and vendor will supply the material. With that PO, you will post the stock into the system. You receive the stock into the system. Again, here you have three options. Either you can post it to unrestricted use, quality inspection, or to blocked stock. Or you can post the goods movement GR with respect to a production order also. That will be done in the PP module, production planning module. Okay, so now let's do that. So here first let's do that with respect to a PO. Okay, so let me create a PO ME21N. Okay, I'll create a PO for 50. Plant is 1000. Okay, all the data has come. Now check once. Okay, everything is there. Now save it. Now you have the PO. Now using this PO, you will do the goods receipt. Okay, you do the goods receipt. So select the PO. Now again we are going to our MIGO transaction. MIGO. Okay, so here you go to goods receipt. Okay, now previously we used other. Now you know the document. So select purchase order. So this is what good receipt with reference. So now enter the purchase order number. The movement type is 101. This already we discussed so many times. Okay, now when I enter, all the data from the purchase order will get copied to this MIGO screen. Enter. See, all the data copied. So that means we are doing the goods movement with reference to a document. In the previous cases, we entered everything: material, quantity, plant, storage location, everything we entered. Here there is no need to enter everything. All the data will get copied to from your reference document. So the reference document is purchase order. See, everything got copied here. Only thing is we need to enter the storage location. I'm entering the storage location. Done. Check once. Why it is asking them? Okay, enter the manufacturing date and expiry date. Okay, just 1 minute on 2019. Okay, done. Now you save it. Check. Done. Everything is okay. Now post it. So this is how you do. Okay, with reference to a purchase order. Now in the production when they do, they will select order. We are in the MM module. When you are receiving the material against your purchase order, we select this. Here in the PP module, they will select order. That's all. Again, movement type is same. The remaining posting and everything remains the same. Everything will remain the same. Okay. Now you can post the stock to quality inspection also. Okay, you can post the stock to quality inspection. So to quality inspection means when it is posted to quality inspection, in the organization there will be a quality department. They will do quality check for that material and then they will release the material. So to do that, in the material master, in the purchasing view, you can activate a checkbox called post to inspection stock. Or if it is a production material, semi-finished product or finished product, in the work scheduling view they will activate inspection stock. This is also can be done. When you do this, when you create a purchase order, the stock type will become quality inspection. Quality inspection, and when you do the GR against that purchase order, stock will go into quality inspection. Stock will go into quality inspection. So this is also can be done. So I'll show you this in the system. We'll see it in the system now. So let's go to the material MM02. Okay, go to the material. Let's go to the just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I'll delete this also. This is MMPQM module. Don't worry about this. Now let's go to purchasing data tab. Purchasing view. So now here in the purchasing view, if you scroll down, there is an indicator is there. Post to inspection stock. So this is what here. Post to inspection stock in the purchasing. Okay. So you activate this checkbox. You activate that checkbox. So when you do this, stock will go into quality inspection. So now I am saving this. Okay. So now let me create a PO, new PO now. ME21 then. I'm creating a new PO. Okay, enter the material. Let's say I'm receiving now 250 liter. Okay, enter the plant. Okay, done. Okay, now if you scroll down, that's okay. Everything is okay. Check once. Done. Now I'm saving the PO. I created the PO. So now you have the PO. Select the take the PO. Now you try to do the GR. Okay, now you try to do the GR. Now when I try to do the GR, good receipt, select purchase order. Okay, enter the purchase order number. So when you do here, what is the stock type here showing? Stock type is showing quality inspection. Here you see it is showing because of the setting we made. We activated post to inspection stock indicator in the purchasing view in the material master, and when you create a purchase order, stock type will become quality inspection, and when you do the GR, stock will go into quality inspection. Stock type will be quality inspection. Okay, now you see I have MMBE. Let me refresh the screen once. We have a lot of stocks. Now the new stock which I am going to post, it will get posted in the quality inspection. Here it will get posted. So now I am posting the stock. Enter storage location. Okay. Okay, check once. It will create a batch. Okay, not a problem. Done. Check. Okay, document is okay. Now post it. So posted, document posted. Now if you go and check stock overview, the stock will be in quality inspection. Refresh the screen. See, stock went into quality inspection, not into approved stock. Unrestricted use stock. Unrestricted use stock means usable stock. Approved stock. Quality means quality stock, which is undergoing quality inspection. Nobody can use this stock till it is quality inspected and transferred to here, approved stock. That is a quality stock. So this is how you post the stock into quality inspection directly. That's what you can do. Okay, now the next one is good receipt to GR blocked stock. Okay, now you can do the stock posting directly to the what you call blocked stock also using the movement type 501. Movement type 501. Okay, only thing on the Migo screen, you have to change the movement type to 503. 503. Sorry, 103. 103, and from there you can release it to again unrestricted use stock quality inspection or blocked stock with 105 movement. 105 movement. Okay, I'll not be showing this in the system because procedure is same. Only the movement type will be 103. If you go to the Migo screen, okay, here you select the movement type. Movement type 103. Good receipt for purchase order into GR blocked stock. This movement type you will select. Then stock will go into blocked stock. So that also you can do. Okay. Now good receipt into GR blocked stock. This is valuated stock. Okay, here you see original acceptance valuated, 107 movement you use, and with 109 you will release it. So previous one is non-valuated, your stock price will not get updated. In this one, GR valuated means price will get updated but stock will go into blocked stock. So the movement types are for 107 for receiving, and for releasing again back it is 109. Okay, so this is how you can post it to blocked stock. Blocked stock. Now the next one we will be discussing is automatic PO during the GR. Okay, so there is a function called, you received the material from a vendor, but vendor don't have any PO. We have not issued any PO to the vendor. But while doing the GR, but while doing the goods receipt, along with material document and accounting document, system has to create a purchase order automatically. This has to be done. Okay, so how to do this in the system we need to understand. Sometimes you say to the vendor, you are having a very good terms with the vendor. You say you supply the material, when we receive it we will be sending you the PO. So that kind of scenario you go for this one, automatic generation of PO at the time of goods receipt. In the interviews they will ask this question, what settings you will make, all those things they will ask. Okay, so now if you go here, so to do this automatic generation of PO during the good receipt, you have to make certain settings in the system. First is in the customization for your purchase organization, you need to assign the plant. Okay, and in the purchasing configuration, you have to assign the document type, default document type to your transaction that you have to do. And in the inventory management movement type, for that particular movement type you need to activate this checkbox, automatic PO. So now I'll show you where these three settings are made. Once that is are made, we will do the automatic PO at GR. Okay, so let me show you this. Okay, let me show you this. First setting is, go to configuration, SPRO, enterprise structure. Okay, so go to SAP reference IMG. Okay, here you go, enterprise structure, open it, assignment, materials management. Okay, here assign standard purchase organization to plant. So if you go here, see for our plant 1000, already purchase organization is already assigned. So this setting you have to do. Okay, this is already done, this setting. Now the next setting is in the purchasing, in the purchasing tab, in the purchasing configuration for our what do you call transaction, for our transaction you should assign the default document type. Okay, I'll show you that. Close this, go to SPRO, go to materials management. Okay, go here, purchasing. Okay, okay, here define default values for document type. Okay, if you go here, see, if we normally we create, how we create PO through ME21 and transaction, correct? ME21N. So for that ME21 and transaction, the document type NB is already assigned. I'll show you this document type. So this configuration you have to ensure. So it is also already in place. Okay, now the next configuration is for the movement type, this automatic PO checkbox has to be activated. It has to be activated. So I'll show you that configuration also. Okay, so what you need to do is go back. Okay, now you go here, go to materials management again. Okay, go to inventory management and physical inventory, open this. Okay, here you go to goods receipt, open this. Okay, goods receipt, where it is, not this one. Here, create purchase orders automatically. Here you see there is option, create purchase orders automatically. Open this. Here you see for 101 movement, automatic PO checkbox is already activated. So all the three configuration settings are already in place. Now you should have the purchase info record for that vendor and material combination in the system. Along with these customization settings, you should have a purchase info record for that vendor and material combination. So in our case, if you go back, ME11, this is a vendor and this is our material. I'll put it in a notepad file. What is the vendor? Vendor is 100646. So vendor is there and our material is this one. Okay, vendor is there and material is there. Now for this combination, we have already info record. If you go to display, enter the vendor, enter the material, purchase organization and plant. If you go inside, already PA info record is there. Purchase info record is already created, and the material is already evaluated material we created. So all the settings are in place. So as the settings are in place, now when I do the GR, without a PO, now system will automatically create a PO. Okay, automatically it will create a PO, provided you have to use 101 movement time. So I'm going to Migo. Now here there is no purchase order. I'm going good receipt purchase order, movement type entered, but I don't know the purchase order. Purchase order is not there. Now how you will enter the data? So here there is a button. Are you able to see with plus signature, non-ordered item? Click on that button. Once you click on that button, system will give you the options to enter the material. So let's enter the material. This is my material. That means this material I received without a PO. Enter quantity. Let's say I received 500 liter. Enter it. Okay, where plant you have to enter. Plant and I'm entering story location. Enter. Now you have to enter the vendor. Vendor is this one. For this vendor, the PAR is there. So enter the vendor. Done. I'll check once. System will create a batch. It will be creating a batch, and I'm entering SLED also. Okay, so now here there is no PO. Without PO we are doing 101. Okay, so now when I post it, in the background GR will happen and system will create a PO automatically. Okay, so now I'm posting it. You see what will happen. Done. Material document posted. Select the material document. Okay, select the material document. Now go to option display material document, enter the material document, enter. Okay, now here there is a tab called purchase order data. You go here. See, the purchase order got created automatically in the background. I have not entered this purchase order while doing the GR. System only in the background, it created the PO automatically. Now from here you can go to the PO. If you go to the PO, so this is a PO. See, the quantity is 500 liter. Okay, and even if you go to the purchase order history, see, this is a purchase order, and we already did the GR also. Good receipt has been done. 3848. So this is how your automatic PO can be created during the goods receipt. Can be done. Interviews, they will ask these questions. Can you create a PO automatically during the good receipt? If at all to be done, what settings you have to make it in the system? And one more thing is, if you see here, the PO got created with the document type standard PO from SAP NB. That is why we have activated the document type, the ME21 and transaction. Okay, so this is how you can create a PO during goods receipt also. Automatic PO creation in the background. Okay, so that is all about